Hello my loves, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Seema. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys exactly how you can improve your life without compromising your morals, standards, or integrity. So let's dive right into it. The first thing that I want to say is that if you are looking to improve your life, you have to know what you want. So many people don't know what they want, and because they don't know what they want, they don't know who they need to become in order to get it. Right? So it's important to have your sights set on a goal or multiple goals. So what is it that you really want? And if you want more money, that's totally fine. We're going to get to that in a second. But get specific, get clear. It's not enough to just say that you want more money. How much more money do you want? Pick a number, get specific. What is the frequency of that money coming in, right? So let's say 10K. And then so what is the frequency of that 10K? Well, I want 10K a month. Perfect. Now we have a goal. Right? Write that down. As soon as you write it down, it becomes real. And then we can work backwards. We can reverse engineer from that goal of 10K a month. And we can go, okay, what do I need to do in order to earn 10K a month? And then behind that, who do I need to become? Right? Like I say, it's all about identity. It's all about who you are. That gives you your entire life, your entire reality. So if you cap what is possible for you at level 2, you will never get to level 10. Because your identity is capped at level 2 because your belief systems are capped at level 2. So we want to get to level 10 identity and level 10 belief systems to get a level 10 life. It's physics, it's science, it's a formula. It's really easy to understand. It's not difficult whatsoever. There's no magic behind it. The only magic behind it is self-work, inner work, which is magic because it's a miracle to do inner work because it's so beautiful and it works. And it actually transforms who you are as a person. And it allows for you to shift into a higher identity, an identity that can actually embody more. You can embody more love. You can embody more energy. You can embody more money. You can embody more pleasurable experiences, embody more pleasure. You can embody more ease, right? Your nervous system has a higher threshold for stress, right? So it's all about identity. It's all about who you are. And first you have to decide what you want, who you want to be as well, right? What are your desires? And then you can become that person by working towards being that identity every day, right? You work towards that identity every single day. We create habits, we create systems by which to become that person. I'll give you an example. For me specifically, it took me a long time to be able to start posting online because my identity was capped at level 2. I had fear about posting. I had fear around posting, It doesn't matter what I was posting, I was afraid to post it. And so what did I do? Well, eventually I bit the bullet and I forced myself to post. It looked crazy. For a while there, it looked, really out of the ordinary. It looked really out of a niche. It looked really super expressive and creative, but also I was like stuck, and it was probably obvious that I was stuck. But I would try. I would really try. I would force myself. I remember having braces and struggling so badly with my physical appearance and confidence. And I remember forcing myself to post. I remember still forcing myself to post that, Seema, you will post every day, or you will post as much as you possibly can. And eventually with that practice, things became easier. It became easier to post. It became easier to put myself out there. It became easier to not care what other people thought. That was a big one. Because deconditioning yourself from other people's opinions is the most important thing that anybody has to do. And I think it's the first step to any sort of success in any sort of way. Even remotely, you have to decondition yourself from caring about what people think. People do not think well. People do not know how to think, most of them. Most people have not done any internal work to kind of rectify their thoughts or streamline their thoughts in a positive way. Most people don't know who they are. So how can they try to understand you or leave grace for you or leave, grace for their interpretation of you or leave grace for you to grow even? No, people don't care. People don't have that empathy, right? So you have to take that into consideration. You have to understand that most people are also thinking about themselves. They don't care about you. They, will not be there for you on your deathbed. They will not be there for you when your first child is born. They don't care about you, okay? They care about themselves and their life and their work and their money and their comfort and not you. So when you decenter people, I understand that social media gives an illusion of, because there are comments and stuff. So social media gives one the illusion that everyone's watching them, everyone's watching you, you know? And even if people are watching you, at the end of the day, this is still a person-to-person interaction, you know? And it's amazing. I think it's great. I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to reach people through social media. So I've personally always known that this was my passion and my purpose and my calling. And I knew that eventually I had to get the hell over myself to be able to do this. Because it does, it requires some amount of ego, death, and some amount of just kind of instead putting into focus your mission and your purpose and, the actual movement that you're trying to create here. What change are you trying to create for the world? How are you trying to impact people? How are you trying to change other people's lives as well as your own life? Because that's what social media does. It's a beautiful two-way street. It is. And I really believe that people live their purpose publicly, right? So what better way to do that than through social media? This is actually the fulcrum of building a personal brand, is to put purpose in the center of your brand. So anything you do with purpose, a higher purpose in mind. You're serving the God within yourself and others when you create and post. So I had to learn all these things, and the only way you learn is through action. Words don't teach, like my mentor says. Words don't teach. You have to actually act and try and put yourself out there. And even though personally for me, I'm still a very small creator, I know that this is something that I will be doing until I am on my deathbed, And so it's just a matter of having the right intention for what you do rather than speed, Which reminds me of that one YouTuber, I Show Speed, who's really popular. He has millions of subscribers on YouTube, right? And so one day, a few days ago, actually, I checked out his channel. I was like, who is this guy? Let me know what he's posting about. So I was looking at his videos, and they were so hard for me to understand. I think they were vlogs, but they were so hard for me to understand because they were just everywhere. It was chaos. It was really chaotic. And he was traveling, and then in one of his videos he's crying and yelling at the camera. And I'm okay, great, points for authenticity. I love that. I admire that so much, It's really important to be yourself. But the whole vlogging style content and traveling and this and that, I know that personally, for me specifically, because everyone's different, I prefer, content that is more, easy to understand, and I just didn't get it, to be quite honest with you. And then also there are those prank channels and stuff. Popularity does not equal impact in any way, obviously. Popularity also does not equal anything other than inflated, value. It's inflated value is what it is. But anyway, I'm just doing a little critique. I'm not judging whatsoever at all. Everyone, I love it. I love that he exists, and I think everyone, there are so many examples of abundance on social media. I Show Speed and other creators should be proof to you that you can literally do anything you want and post it. Do anything you want, legally, and post it. And as long as you are, consistent, you will grow. It's not necessarily even about intention and all this stuff. I'm just giving you my sauce because I care about my viewers, and I care about who I'm impacting, and I care about people, and I've suffered enough in my life to really understand the depths of human suffering, and I seek to actually rectify that or remedy that as much as I can through my videos, even though I'm just a small person who, I don't know really what kind of impact I hold, but at the same time, all you can do is try, So, I had to ask myself, okay, Seema, what do you want, And that was my answer. I want to impact people. And even now I ask myself, okay, what do you want in terms of a partner or in terms of money? And it's so important to be specific, guys. This is the way you can change your life. And you change your life by changing yourself. And you don't compromise your moral standards or values, but instead you elevate them. You really elevate them, and you step into those shoes. You eventually fill really, really big shoes and you're able to grow into them and become this leader, become this, you know, uh, yeah, really a leader of a group, and that group will grow as well. It's so crazy. Every single one of us has the ability to be a leader in different ways. Like, people really like to hate on musicians, for example, and pop stars and people that are a little bit, gypsy like myself, and they, will say that, oh, they're not serious, or, oh, what is that, like, funny pop stuff or whatever. But that's leadership. It's artistry. There's so much in everything. There's so much in everything. You just have to have the eyes that see it, and the heart that can appreciate it, And if you don't, that's okay. You'll just be a hater, and you'll just, not make anything of yourself, because haters don't love themselves. That's why they hate on other people, because they have hate inside their heart. So whatever you have within you, you will give it outward, right? Eventually it will come out. So people that hate on other people are like nowhere. Like, I used to have a bunch of haters when I first started out on YouTube. I'm sure I still do now, because every so often I'll get like an old, like, anonymous dude in my comment section typing, "What are you doing with all that makeup?" Or, "I thought this was a spiritual channel and it looks like you just care about fashion." And I'm like, bye, get off, you know what I mean? And so, like, those people have nothing going for them in their life. They're sitting behind a desk in the dark in their basement, typing away, thinking that they're doing something. Or maybe they just, like, need to get that out, which is okay. You'll never be able to comment on my channel again, but go for it, babe. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, there are people out there that really do not work on themselves. And it took me a while to realize that, because I work on myself, like, Jesus God. I work on myself, and so, like, I don't know. I like expect, like, this is crazy, but this is how we are. We expect ourselves from the world, like, we think that, okay, just because I'm a sweetheart and I work on myself and everything is good, then we expect other people to have that same internal disposition. But no, a lot of people are really hateful, and a lot of people are really judgmental, and they gossip, and, like, they are not productive with their energy or with themselves. And that's so lame to me. Like, if you knew who you were on a soul level, you would not waste time hating on others, critiquing others, being jealous of others, or even indulging too much in social media and, really, like, getting pleasure out of stalking people or checking up on people, or, like, being happy when something doesn't work out for someone. Like, get a life, respectfully or disrespectfully, get a life. And it's just sad. It's sad. Like, I feel so bad for people that live vicariously through others, because it's like, you gotta find your own spark. You have to find your own juice. You have to find your own self-love. You have to find your own happiness, your own joy. Like, what are you doing with your life, And I don't know, it makes me feel so sad, and, like, I want to, like, almost shine a light on the beauty of the person, so they realize that hey, you are actually very much so capable of achieving anything that you want and doing anything that you want. And I'm saying this as someone who's still realizing that. Like, I'm realizing that actually anything is possible. We just have to have the faith and belief in ourselves first and foremost, that we can make it happen. Like, who's the person that, like, showers you? Who's the person that feeds you? Who's the person that... It's you, right? So wouldn't you rather place yourself in the fulcrum of your life and put yourself as the focus of your life? And just kind of improve internally more than anything, and even get to know your internal world more than anything, and, love on your inner self more than anything, water yourself more than anything, right? Like, that's my perspective, and that's what I've been doing for the past few years, and that's why I'm happy and successful and everything else, at least to me. Maybe not to other people, but my definition of success is, something that I've already checked off. I have more things that I want, of course, but I'm very much so proud of the person that I am today, and I'm proud of who I've become. And it's been a road. It's been through struggle and hardship that I've become someone that I can really love and accept. And like, there were times there where I couldn't love or accept who I was, and so I had no choice actually but to change who I was and do that inner work and like spiritually mature, because like, you know, at certain times I remember not being able to face certain shadow aspects of myself. You know, eventually pain will drive you to face shadow aspects of yourself, and you'll have no choice but to face the pain that has birthed those shadow aspects, right? And then after you face the pain, you heal the pain transforms into added energy unto you, and you become integrated. You integrate your shadow. You are whole. You become whole, you know? So yeah. So this is how to essentially, you know, live the life of your dreams, live the life that you deserve. It's all through inner work. And we have to, you know, put focus on the beauty of the soul that we are. And a lot of people don't want to face their soul because sometimes the soul can get very dark due to contact with matter over lifetimes, due to maybe past negative karmas that we have accrued for ourselves, right? But that's okay. I have to sneeze. Hold on, sorry. Jesus Christ, sorry. But that's okay. We just focus on clearing and cleaning the consciousness, and the soul will evolve as a process. It'll naturally, spiritually evolve and mature as you do that, you know, inner work, and as you clean the mirror of your consciousness. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if it was in the comments. I love you guys very much. Thank you for watching. All my love and support. Like, share, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.